The Young and the Restless, spoilers, Fridays full, the 31st of July, 2026. Welcome back to our channel, fellow Genoa City addicts. It is a gorgeous day to sit back, grab a massive cup of coffee, and absolutely lose our minds over the latest drama, because wow, we have a lot to unpack today. I cannot believe they actually did it. I mean, I am literally shaking right now typing this because the emotional whiplash of this episode just sent me into orbit. React first, explain later, right? So let's talk about Nikki Newman. My heart is completely bursting for her, but at the same time, I am so incredibly furious with Victor that I want to throw my remote at the television. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start with the miracle we've all been praying for. Nikki finally got her sight back. After all the agonizing weeks of her being trapped in total darkness, smashing mirrors in absolute despair, and us fans crying right along with her, the writers finally gave our queen her vision back. And the way it happened? Pure soap opera magic. Nikki just collapsing into Victor's arms, her voice trembling as she tells him that it's actually happening. "My head is clear. No more headaches," she said. And then she dropped the line we've been begging to hear, "My sight is slowly coming back. I'm sorry, but Melody Thomas Scott deserves another Daytime Emmy for this exact scene." When Victoria walked into the room and Nikki looked right at her and said she could see her, I was a sobbing, blubbering mess. Victoria's reaction was everything, immediately wanting to call the doctor because, of course, she's the practical one. But the really gut-wrenching part was Nikki turning to Victor and telling him how grateful she was. She looked at that man and said, "The first thing I saw when my sight came back was you, and that definitely means something." And then she told him about this horrific nightmare she'd been having where she couldn't wake up until she heard his voice. I mean, come on. That is the epic, sweeping romance that made us fall in love with Victor and Nikki decades ago. But this is exactly where I start contradicting myself, because while I was crying happy tears, I was also screaming at the screen, because Victor is standing there, soaking up her love and gratitude, playing the absolute perfect, doting husband. Have we all forgotten that while she was blind and heavily medicated, this monster secretly tricked her into signing away her Newman Enterprises shares to a trust he controls? He is literally liquidating her assets while she is thanking him for being her savior. Am I the only one who is physically sick over his hypocrisy? I love their legacy, but Victor is being so ruthless right now, it makes my stomach turn. So Nikki is on this incredible high, right? She's got her vision back, she's feeling blessed, and naturally, the first thing she wants to do is call Nick. Because she's a mother, and she knows something has been horribly wrong with her son. But no, Victoria shoots that down immediately, saying it's not a good idea. You could see the panic instantly hit Nikki's face. "What are you keeping from me?" she demanded. And then Victor drops the absolute nuke on her. He tells her that Nick voluntarily checked himself into rehab this morning and he's going to be gone for a few weeks. I literally gasped out loud. We all knew Nick was spiraling. I mean, we've watched him get completely dragged down into the darkness by Matt Clark. We saw him popping pills, using fentanyl to calm down and cocaine to get hyped up for his revenge in Las Vegas. We saw him almost die in that storage room. So yes, rehab is 100% the right move, and I am so relieved he actually went voluntarily. But my heart just shattered for Nikki. She just got her life back and immediately wants to rush to her son's side to support him, but Victor blocks her, saying he'll handle everything. Victor always has to handle everything, doesn't he? He controls the narrative, he controls the family, and I am just dreading the moment Nikki finds out the full truth about what Nick went through with Matt Clark and what Victor did to her shares. It is going to be a bloodbath. Okay, back to the point. Let's pivot to the absolute circus that is Adam, Billy, and Sally right now. Because if Victor makes me mad, Billy Abbott makes me want to pull my hair out. We cut to Adam on the phone with Chelsea, reassuring her that he thinks they are finally out of the woods with his father. He hangs up thinking he can finally breathe, and who comes storming in like he owns the place? Billy Abbott. Of course, Billy immediately gets up in Adam's face, aggressively accusing him of bullying Sally Spectra. I'm sorry, but can we talk about Billy's audacity here? Billy is standing there acting like the ultimate white knight, screaming at Adam for forcing Sally to give up Newman Media. But Adam, bless him, does not back down. Adam fires right back, telling Billy that Victor was locked and loaded, ready to completely annihilate Spectra Charles. Adam and Chelsea literally stepped in to save Sally from Victor's wrath. And then Adam delivers the absolute best line of the episode, reminding Billy of his own dirty history. He looks Billy dead in the eye and reminds him that it was Billy who hijacked Newman Media in the first place and targeted Sally. Adam is basically like, you caused this mess, I stepped in and saved her, why don't you thank me? And what does Billy do? He pouts. He literally stands there and tells Adam he gets zero gratitude from him. Adam, being the cool, collected guy he is right now, just shrugs it off and says the deal is done. There's nothing Billy can do about it. Billy shoots back a pathetic, we'll see about that, and storms off. I have been watching since 2015, and this is the most insufferable Billy has ever been. He is so blinded by his hatred for Adam that he can't even see when Adam is actually doing the right thing. Adam did this because he owes Semengen a tragic loss of baby Ava. He did it out of love and guilt, and Billy is just making it all about his own fragile ego. But wait, the Adam scene isn't over, because just as Billy leaves, who slithers into the room? Phyllis Summers. Oh my God, Phyllis. I cannot stand this woman right now. She is so deeply delusional, it is actually fascinating to watch. She struts in and starts poking the bear, asking Adam what just happened. Adam is smart. He tells her straight up, if you're fishing, I'm not biting. He literally tells her that no one cares what she says, and honestly, he spoke for the entire fandom in that moment. But Phyllis never knows when to shut up, does she? She starts taunting him, claiming that Victor gave Adam nothing and abandoned him again. And then she demands respect. Yes, you read that right. Phyllis Summers is demanding respect from Adam Newman because, in her twisted mind, she stole Newman from Victor. She actually has the nerve to ask Adam, don't you dream of pulling off a heist like that? I was screaming at my TV. Phyllis, honey, you didn't pull off an Ocean's 11 heist. You used illegal AI to frame Christine Blair and blackmailed your way into a CEO chair. You are facing massive criminal charges the second the new DA takes over, and your own lawyer, Michael Baldwin, is exhausted trying to save you. The sheer arrogance of this woman to gloat to Adam like she's some untouchable mob boss is infuriating. I am so here for her inevitable downfall. It's going to be glorious. So, after all that posturing, Billy goes home to Sally. Sally asks if he found Adam, and Billy immediately starts interrogating her. He demands to know why Adam forced her to give back Newman Media, and this is where Sally proves why she is the smartest woman in the room. She doesn't play the victim. She looks Billy in the eyes and says, I wasn't tricked, Billy. Adam paid me to buy back Newman Media. Boom. Mic drop. Billy is stunned, muttering about how Victoria was right and that Sally wouldn't just give it away for nothing. Billy is so mad that she colluded with Adam and lied to him. But Sally stands her ground, and I love her so much for this. She tells him she beat Victor, and she did it with Adam's help. She apologizes for not telling him, but then she hits him with the hard truth. She tells Billy exactly why she kept it a secret, because Billy is insanely paranoid. She tells him, I think you still believe everyone is out to get you, and you take this deal as a personal insult when it really isn't. Preach, Sally. She nailed his psychology perfectly. Billy always makes everything about his own victim. And then the most shocking thing of the entire week happened. Billy actually apologized, like a real, genuine apology. He didn't double down, he didn't storm out. He said he was sorry, and they made up. I was sitting there with my jaw on the floor. I mean, I know Sally is pregnant and Billy is trying to be a good partner right now, but seeing Billy actually take accountability and calm down, that is rare. I know some people are loving this mature Billy, but personally, I give it 2 weeks before Jill gets in his ear and he ruins it again. But for tonight, it was a really sweet, grounding moment. And finally, can we talk about Lily and Kane? I know this is highly controversial, and half the fandom is probably throwing things at their screens, but I don't care. I am heavily invested in this mess. So, Kane shows up at Lily's house holding a bottle of wine, looking absolutely devastating, and tells her she looks beautiful. They open the wine, they start sipping, and they're just talking about the kids and how great it is to joke around with them. It feels so natural, so lived in. But then Kane turns the heat up. He tells Lily he has wanted her back for a long time, and he's just wondering if he even deserves her. And Lily, our strong, fierce Lily, finally breaks down her walls. She admits that yes, she was incredibly angry when she found out he was the mysterious Dumas who blackmailed her for control of Chancellor Winters just to force a bone marrow match for Malcolm. It was a ruthless, manipulative move. But she admits that knowing he did all of that just for her, there was a thrill to it. It's hard not to be a little flattered, she said. I literally squealed. This is peak soap opera. The bad boy doing something incredibly toxic but undeniably romantic, and the heroine admitting she kind of loved it. Lily confesses that she was terrified to give in, but now she feels her feelings shifting. Kane looks at her, his heart completely on his sleeve, and asks, do you think you'd ever really want me again? Do you think you could ever love me again? And Lily doesn't even answer with words. She just leans in and kisses him. And not just a peck. It was a deep, passionate, years in the making kiss. Kane asks if she's sure. She says yes, and they end up making love. You guys, Lane is back. I don't care about the haters. The chemistry between Crystal Khalil and Daniel Goddard is still absolutely off the chart. But my very next thought was, oh my God, Devin is going to literally explode. Devin is already having a massive psychological breakdown over Mariah, and when he finds out that Lily just slept with the man who extorted their family company, the Winters family is going to be in absolute shambles, and I am popping so much popcorn for it. What an episode. I am emotionally exhausted, but I am so ready for tomorrow. Let me know in the comments if you are Team Lane, if you think Billy's apology was fake, and how hard you cried for Nikki. See you next time.